What's up, guys and gals? It's your host with the most, Griever, as always, bringing you guys some more Kengan Omega. Kengan Omega, the big milestone chapter, chapter 200, 200. And this is going to be a live reaction. What better way to celebrate hitting the milestone than doing a live reaction to it? Maybe something big happens, maybe nothing happens. As we've already discussed before, and I've already made separate videos on this, milestone chapters don't necessarily mean anything big or plot relevant or giant Super Saiyan transformation is necessarily going to happen. There's no real evidence of that. It just depends on the mangaka. But that still doesn't mean we haven't hit a milestone. That still doesn't mean chapter 200 really starting off this inside arc, the rescue inside arc, and I'm looking forward to it. So without further ado, let's just jump into the reaction. So pulling up page 1 here, we have Chapter 200, The World of the Inside. We see some badass 1935s fighter pilot dude. He's got the Harry Potter glasses. He's got the goggles. He's got the pilot's cap, all that stuff, and he's got an epic looking beard. Now that's a beard that everyone can appreciate. Yes. Then we have some dude. I hope he's chopping up animals of some description. Let's zoom in here. I'm hoping that's like octopus and something. Maybe. Though he's being responsible. He's wearing a mask, right? I mean, even in the inside, the pandemic affected everyone, even those in the inside. So this man being very responsible. COVID's still at an all-time high in the inside, clearly. They haven't gotten their shipment of vaccines yet. I wonder why. And then we see a dude who's lost every single one of his limbs, it appears, in a wheelchair with a guard. And a bunch of military dudes. They're like buying and selling. This looks like a Grand Theft Auto store right here. And then we get a wide shot of, I don't know if any of these characters are going to be relevant or not, but okay. There's some, we got a little bit of walks of life of everything in here, but everybody seems to be strong. So let's go. Next page. Come on, you stupid thing. Next page. Are we really still in Japan is on the next page. We have Koga, we have the group. Koga says, are we really still in Japan? It does look down, it looks like one of those underground markets you see in like an Expendables movie or Jason Bourne or something like that, like where everyone goes to hide, where the Winter Soldier camped out sort of idea, right? In the bowels of some shithole country, right? And that's basically what the inside is. Moving on, Koga said, this feels like a foreign country. I mean, not like I know, I've never left Japan. I mean, still, it would feel much different, I imagine, to anybody else. So, and Himuro says, this is what we call a black market. Alright, so it is, they're buying and selling and trading and stuff. Okay, I get the vibe. They sell everything from alcohol, food, and commodities to drugs, weapons, hell, even identities. Makes sense. You can buy pretty much anything here. Alright. Makes sense. Though it makes sense that right next to the wall is where you basically have your shops, because that's where everyone's passing through from the inside and the outside, you know, the two-way street. This is probably the least likely place to be attacked and constantly under you know, duress, shall we say, compared to like more central areas of each ward. So that makes sense. Ratsuno says, I see, so this is where they sell stolen goods from the outside. There we go, makes sense. Almost said they had a big market like this back in Tokita. Alright, we're getting some info. This sure takes me back. He seems to be very blasé. He seems to be like, yeah, alright, this seems good. Coach said there are quite a few foreigners here too. Yeah, that only makes sense. Rio said, let's see, what does Himuro say? The inside's origins go back to the late shogunate. If it was created by the shogunate soldiers who were defeated by the new government and other social rejects. Wasn't that the Meiji Restoration? Wasn't that the Meiji government who did that? Wasn't that the last shogunate? Or am I getting my history crossed? Who did they fight? I thought they fought against the idea of an imperialist, you know, anyways. So yeah, we're still getting shots of all these dudes, but I don't know. I think they're mostly background characters. I doubt any of them are relevant yet. Now, even now, the residents all have checkered backgrounds. You've got foreign mafia and yakuza, soldiers overthrown in a coup. This is actually making sense. It's where the worst of the worst basically end up because there's nowhere else for them, where they're not either hunted or can't survive or can't make a living, etc. Terrorists who call themselves revolutionaries. I love that. I love that. Terrorists who call themselves revolutionaries, but call a spade, you assholes, right? Wanted fugitives, the illegal refugees. This place makes sense because these places, not in this grandiose of a faction, but you know for a fact that these type of places, while on a smaller scale, exist in our world. They do. Whether it's in your country or not, I'm not going to argue, but we know that these type of places, while a lot smaller in capacity, do exist. You know, where the worst of the worst go. The inside is a paradise for outlaws, okay? Plenty of people were born in the inside like myself, he continues. They use a whole mix of languages, too. Sounds sort of like Firefly here. Some groups use a unique language that not even I know. Alright, so... Damn, so they've actually morphed, they've made their own language. Guess you could call it Creole? Am I saying that right? I hope so. I think isn't Creole a language? Isn't that a country or something? Anyways, all that to say, a lot of people here don't speak Japanese, so be careful. Alright, fair enough. So basically they have a mix of languages here, but with so many foreign entities, Japanese is not necessarily the dominant language. Interesting. Even though it's based in Japan. That's interesting. Alright, let's check the map. Says Moro. We're here, yeah, right on the outskirts, and the disputed territory is here, like literally on the other side of the Rosa territory where they entered. Let's see. We'll take the safest route that my men scouted out, said Retsuda. Retsuda looking kind of weird looking there. Like, is it the shading? Is it unfinished or something? You can't see his eyebrow. I don't know. That's a weird panel. Like it's too soft or something. I don't know. We'll take the safest route that my men scouted out. Whatever you do, don't go off route. I mean, only makes sense in here, right? Next page. Where will we rendezvous with the guide, says Retsuda. Right before the disputed territory. Can we trust him? Once again, a lot of people thinking that could it be Hassad? Could it be the Arabian whirlwind? Maybe. But let's see. Can we trust him? Don't worry about it. The general vouches for him. Alright, so if it was Hassad, I think that right there completely eliminates the potential for any character we've already met from the first manga. If it were the case, you would think that Himura or Retsuda or somebody would already know of them and be like, yeah, he was actually one of the fighters in the Kengan Annihilation Tournament. He only made it to the preliminaries or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, they would have at least that much on him. But now we have a new character introduced, the General. Okay. Is the General Hassad. Let's go. Let's keep up that Hassad agenda. The Arabian agenda. The AA for short. I'm sure nobody's stolen the term AA before. I'm quite sure of that. Yeah, absolutely. Why are my ears burning? Anyways, alright, so moving on, the General vouches for him. So, Omus is the General. I've heard of him before. He's ex-military, isn't he? Okay, so probably, once again, a new character to be introduced. Alright, the General. Good epithet. He killed his commanding officer and fled to the inside with his subordinates. So this man was probably a lieutenant colonel, something like that. Killed his commanding officer, whether for good or for ill. We're probably not gonna. He's either insane and be like, no, I want to keep up the carnage. I'm gonna kill, or he defied orders based on a moral high ground and said, yeah, I'm done with this. And he took his entire group followed him. So I doubt he's a madman, but you never know how they're gonna spin it. Let's see. Oh, someone's going after Mikuzuchi. The reason for Rosa's relative stability is that the General and his men have suppressed all other factions. Rosa is essentially his kingdom. Now, I don't think that necessarily contradicts a certain ruling, but didn't they basically say that like all these wards are constantly changing hands and nobody's unified a single ward? I thought they mentioned something like that, or maybe it was the inside as a whole, usually when they're talking about the Nico style and Gal and stuff like that, Gal Mukaku trying to do it. So maybe they're saying that certain wards were lawless and I misinterpreted, but I thought they said that no ward is, alright, we just pay the General off in this ward, we're good to go. Like, you'd think they would have mentioned that previously if that were the case, but alright. So basically this guy has the control for the majority of this ward. Someone coming at him with a knife, this is gonna be good. And yep, exactly what I expected. Boom, didn't even look, just wham. Alright, and there goes that guy down. And he's down, and Koga says, oh shit, there's gonna be a riot. I mean, potentially. You would think that newcomers into the inside would immediately get jumped like this, so I'm surprised if only one person attacks him. But wait, no, nobody cared? Nobody noticed? Or not? Yeah, I'm actually with Koga on that one. I'm surprised that they're not looking at these newcomers and going, let's jump the new targets, let's jump the easy ones. Let's see, Retsuda said this is pretty much par for the course here. Looks like the guy's just a junkie, says Himura. We would have been in more shit if he was part of some gang. Okay, so there was the potential for them to get jumped by sheer numbers, but this guy just happened to be a junkie who jumped them. Okay, so almost says, make it Zuchi, try to be more low-key about it next time, I'll do my best. Yeah, that makes sense. Rather than make a spectacle, then people will be eyeing you. Okay. Newcomer's not so weak after all, you know what I mean? Like, giving them side eye, like, alright. Fair enough, I'll do my best. We'd better hurry, we just came from the outside and that makes us easy marks. I keep saying what I'm thinking. Alright, what they say later. And so let's head to our lodging for the night. Alright, so they've already clearly set up a lodging by the sounds of that. And they move on. Now, this place looks like a bit of a rundown. Yeah, broken windows, everything. Old style apartment building. Very old style. Or more of a business center, if anything. But yeah, okay. So someone's there to greet them. This is where you'll be staying for the night. It's an honor to finally meet you, Himura. Sorry about the trouble. Alright, wait a minute. Honor to meet you. Is he well known in the inside back then? Not at all. The general is pleased by all the favors you've done for him. Okay, so there's where the connection. That's why they have lodgings. Okay, it all makes sense now. Wait, you know the general, says Koga? When one of us goes outside, we get asked. Oh, jeez. Reading comprehension today, am I right? We get asked all kinds of favors from the inside. And I really mean all kinds. So when people leave the inside, usually people from the inside then contact them and like, hey, since you're on the outside now, how about a little bit of sugar, a little bit of this, a little bit of spice, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, alright, makes sense. Oh hey, it's pretty spacious actually for them all to be staying in. They actually gave them like blankets and shit. Oh hey, this is a pretty nice room, at least we got a roof over our heads. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Are you sure this was a good idea, Himura, says Retsudo. What was? Bringing Narushima along, I mean. Alright, and they're both gonna light up a cigarette. Let's go, okay. So they're gonna light up a cigarette like a couple of badasses, just... Yeah, alright. But Retsudo's making a great point. It's like, listen, Koga ain't ready for this place. And I still hold to that. Koga ain't ready. But it's what it is. But at least they're acknowledging it in universe once again. They acknowledged it before the Seki Okubo fight, and they're acknowledging it after. So let's see. Tsuda says, we have no guarantee that Gal Ryuki is alive. You think he can handle the worst case scenario? That's also a good point. I can't guarantee he'll be fine. That's also a good point. But he came prepared for that eventuality. I don't know if he really set himself up. He's more like, we're going to go to the inside, we're going to go get Ryuki, and we're going to help him get the hell out, and nobody's going to be hurt. Haven't seen this level of naivete since Vivi and Alabasta, I'm telling you. Alright, but yeah, he's got a bit of a, like there is an argument here. Koga can go, can he not go, you know. You and the others sure give Narushima a lot of special attention. Are we Deadpooling this whole thing? Are we just bringing up this whole conversation? It's just gonna be, hey, fourth wall for a second. We're gonna do a, Emperor's New Groove. We're gonna circle some stuff. We acknowledge that too many people are giving that man special attention, and it's like, why? They're actually acknowledging it. You give him a lot of special attention. No, I wouldn't say that. Okay, maybe. Yes. Thank you, Red Pseudo. Admit it. Admit it. Yeah, you know, at first I thought he was just a cocky little shit, but how can I put this? Don't ask me. And Mikazuchi's just been listening the whole time and, like, raising his hand. Do you have a minute? Do you have a minute? Alright, so they're not going to actually say, well, the reason is, and they're going to lead to some, he just has this charisma, and he pulls us in. No, nothing like that. Okay. Alright, do you have a minute? I don't see Tokito or Narushima anywhere. So they ran off. After being told, don't stay off route, stick together. Nah, we're going to leave. Of course, it sounds so like Oma. Oh, hey, you're right. And Retsudo's just like, wait, what? And he's like, that idiot, I told him not to go off on his own. Well, and actually, Himoro's not the one freaking out, it's Retsudo, but Himoro's from the inside, knows that how powerful Oma is, almost from the inside, and he right away says, well, I think he'll be fine. If Oma's with him, there's nothing to really worry about. This place is paradise compared to the Takita ward. Is that where Takita... Alright, this is a stupid sentence. Is that where Takita's from? Nah. Tokita Oma's just a coinkydink. Yeah, no. That's a stupid fucking question. But if Oma's with him, nothing to worry about. This place is paradise compared to the Tokita ward. That's good to know. Tokita ward's way harsher, so they should have very little problems with Oma with them at this stage. Now, if you ask people about the most dangerous part of the inside is, most people will say Rikoku, Shiki, or Gyuchi. Alright. But of all these places I've been, Tokita ward was the worst. That's the only place I never wanted to go back to. Interesting. So he's saying that, yeah, most people would say, here's your, here's the ones, here are the worst spots of the inside. But, I don't know, man. I've been to these places. I think he's implying he's been to these places. And he's like, but the Tokita ward was something else entirely. So, alright. Now, I might be reading that wrong. Maybe he's saying that I've never been there, because he said, but of all the places I've been, Tokita ward was the worst. He's not saying he's been to every ward, though. So, you can read it both ways. I like to think he's saying there's something different about the Tokita ward that makes most people not think about it as the worst, but really when you get to it, it truly could be. It has the potential, I guess. Some 5th Emperor crap, who knows? And let's see, mutter. It looks like a banquet thing. And of course, they're going for food. There was no big escape plan for them to go off on their own when they got to the inside. Not that that was ever even a theory or something, but yeah, they're going for food. And it looks... I mean, just because it's messy doesn't mean it's not good. It looks like some type of ramen bowl or something. And Koga's slurping it down and said, this is pretty good. What meat is this? I've never tasted anything like it. I already said, do not question what that man was cutting up. He was being responsible with the mask, but I don't know if he was being responsible about what the hell he was chopping up. So, yeah. As long as it tastes good, does it matter? Oma being the eternal optimist here. Being the eternal optimist. Being like, yeah, we're eating rat liver, but, if I don't know it's rat, Let's see. So Koga said, thanks for doing this, Oma, but I bet Himoro's going to be pissed. I was hungry. What else was I supposed to do? I mean, Oma's pretty safe in this ward, so he's just like, yeah. But why you bring Koga along? Unless Koga said, I'm pretty hungry. He's like, yeah, me too. It's still pretty safe around here anyways. You should apologize to Himoro when we get back, though. Why me? You invited me, remember? Oh, wait. Oma invited Koga out and said, hey, man, I'm hungry. Let's go get some meat. He doesn't have Yama Gohan. He doesn't have Yama to say, hey, dude, like... time to go get some meat. We're going out. And he's like, but Oma, I have this to do. Nah. It's meat eating time. And just drag his ass along. None of that. He doesn't have him with him, so he's definitely got to go with Koga here. As a supplement, so to speak. As a substitute, or better. So yeah, Oma's like, but you should apologize. It's like, why me? You invited me. It's like, yeah, but I'm Oma. I'm not going to get in trouble. Let's see. You got to relax, Oma says, or you'll wear yourself out. Why? Wait, are you doing this for me, says Koga? That's part of it. And he's asking for seconds. But I wanted you to see the inside. It may not be the prettiest place on earth, but there are still people living here. The place I used to live was way worse than this. Alright, Tokita's... So Oma's also acknowledging that the Tokita ward is way, This is baby inside that we're in. We're in the level 1 area, right? We haven't gone into the wilderness yet. But why me? Let's see. Yeah, why me? Well, maybe just, feels. Let's see. Because the Nico style originated in the inside, huh? That is true. That is true. So let's see. And I want you to inherit my... No, 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 no. I need alcohol. I need a stupid amount of alcohol. I need to take all the alcohol I didn't drink in February and have it right here, and that's still not enough alcohol. What in the fuck? Oh my, no, 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 not like that, For the love of God, no, no. Chapter 200's a milestone, alright. It's the worst Kengan Omega chapter. Yay. Fan-fucking-tastic. Oh, this just made my Wednesday. Oh yeah. Please tell me this is the end of the chapter. I want you to inherit my Nico style. Not just a few moves, but the whole thing. No, 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 no. Oma, my guy, the real main character. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing it to us? Why? Please, Koga, adamantly refuse. This won't be as bad as I thought. There is potential for saving this. Oma's intention is to pass on the Nico style. But Koga can refuse. Koga can be, hey, I'm grateful for all the things I've been learning, but I want to shoot out on my own way. I don't want to be someone's sole apprentice. I want to be better than everyone, doing it my own way. That's how he was at the very beginning. In Chapter 0, he explained he didn't want flashy techniques. He didn't want this. He wanted to have strength and use his own fists to make his own story. Please, for the love of God, be this the end of learning Nico style. Please. Please, Koga, no. Oma continues, if I can trust anyone with it, it's you. Why? Why? And granted, you said you would teach it to Cosmo, so bullshit. So if something happens to me... Oh, what? What? If something happens to me... Koga says, if something happens to you... Wait, you're making it sound like you're dying. Okay, Koga, freak it out. Oma can't be... His heart was a perfect replica, it's fine, so Oma's okay. You know the truth about me and Ryuki, don't you? Are they about to say that clones have a limited lifespan and can only live till they're 25 or something? You know the truth about me and Ryuki, don't you? Seems like we are somebody's clones, and that somebody is after us. Okay. Somebody's after us. This is true. Anything could happen. That's why I want to teach you what I learned from Nico while I still have the chance. But that... Ooh... Next page, and the Savior has arrived. He has come to save God. Our Savior is here. The first words I saw were, I won't let you. Yes. The beautiful beast has arrived to right the wrongs of whatever the hell Sandro thought he was fucking cooking there. Koga didn't have time to refuse because Oma made it sound like he's dying, and then Koga was more distracted by that. Please, Koga, in the next few chapters, be like, I'm grateful that you want to teach me the Nico style, because that doesn't ruin everything necessarily. If Oma's worried about him dying, and the Nico style being lost, and knowing that the Nico style is quite powerful, blah blah blah, it originated in the inside, it's a survival, it's like one of the best styles suited for the inside because it was developed in the inside to unite and survive it. So it makes a lot of sense that, but he's worried he's got no protege. He's taught Koga a few moves, why not teach him the rest of it? That doesn't make a total pile of perfect nonsense necessarily. It's not infallible. It's not completely like out there left field like holy shit, right? So, but Koga needs to refuse. In the next few chapters, Koga needs to say, I'm grateful for you wishing to pass it on to me, but I still want to be my own character and go out on my own, and I'm grateful for everything you taught me. But I can't inherit the Nico style because I want to find my own way with my own fists. That's all we need. It's good development for Oma and Koga if Koga does that. Thankfully, at least for right now, Setsuna has come to lay down the law of his god and say, no way, Jose. You're not going to die. I won't let you, Setsuna in the inside. Another insider, let's go. Don't be such a pessimist. Oma, the beautiful beast. Kiryu, Setsuna is here. Yes. Okay, I can't believe I'm so excited. I am so excited to see this motherfucker. Oh my Christ, I can't believe I'm excited to see the beautiful beast. But he's the only thing saving this conversation from going down a rabbit hole that I don't think we'll ever climb out of. There ain't just the King of Hearts and a Cheshire Cat down that rabbit hole this time, ladies and gentlemen. We might never climb back if that conversation had been allowed to continue. Okay, so Setsuna's here. I didn't call for him being on the team. Maybe he joins the team, maybe he doesn't. But it makes perfect sense. He's used to the inside, spent plenty of time there himself, born and raised sort of idea in the inside. Setsuna joining the group makes sense, especially if we're going to lose Mikitsuchi. It's going to be that whole, I'm watching you, Setsuna. Oh, Oma, do not worry. I have my own goals and they do not align with your death. And see, Setsuna here still cares about Oma. Oma's not the one, like, he doesn't want Oma to die. He's after Tiger Nico, so let's go. Okay. That's the end of the reaction. This is going to be a way longer reaction than I thought because holy shit. Okay, so very bad things were about to happen. The beautiful beast stepped in and said, no sir, no sir. However, I can't say I like this chapter. I can't say I hate this chapter. When the chapter, if and when Koga takes Oma up on his offer, this chapter will then be the start of the end of Kengan. It'll just nope. I don't think I'll be able to continue reading if that ends up happening. Thankfully, there's still the potential to go the way I said and say that Koga doesn't want to inherit the Nico style. He'll use, Indestructible and Ironbreaker and stuff, and maybe, a little bit of Fire Kata, but he's not going to, learn all the moves. He's not going to inherit Demon's Bane. He's not going to be a Nico style practitioner. He's going to incorporate it, just like he incorporated, different things he's learned from, Joji and Seki and Cosmo and all these other, and Adam and all these characters, and he's incorporating. He's going to be literal an MMA, a mixed martial arts fighter, incorporating a little bit of everything into his own style. Please don't ruin that. Please, for the love of God. So I can't actually hate this chapter yet. I hate what it's doing to my heart rate right now. Like, do not ruin Kengan Omega for me. Please, for the love of God. It's all I got left. I'm not enjoying One Piece right now. The JJK community hates me. Please, for the love of God. Well, I've got Yona left. But other than that, please, do not ruin this for me, Sandro. Don't do it. Okay. Wow. Anybody see this coming? Because I did not. And I am displeased. I can't say I hate or love this chapter yet until we find out what Koga's answer to Oma's offer is. I think is what I've got to tentatively wait on before I ever decide if this is a good chapter or the worst thing to ever happen. So, alright, that's it from me, guys. What did you guys think of the chapter? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Sorry how long the review was, but I'm sure my reaction to this news on the last 2 pages took up at the last 10 minutes anyways. So, alright, that's it from me. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you back here next time. Hopefully, this wrong shall be righted. So, till then, sayonara, everybody.